Hello everyone and welcome back to Now I Know. In the last three videos, we were talking about all different blotting techniques, southern, northern and western blotting. Now that we have covered all three topics, this is a lecture that we are going to see the difference between all three at a glance and make a notes along with the video, make a notes so that your boss note is ready for the revision time. This is going to help you at the end for the quick revision. Okay, so let's get started. So we saw southern blotting, northern blotting, and western blotting. Basically, these are the techniques for the macromolecule detection. In case of southern blotting, we use this technique to detect the DNA molecule, and it is named after the scientist who discovered it. Northern blotting is for the detection of RNA molecules, and western blotting is for the protein molecules. Now northern and western, the name came after the southern blotting itself, like they were named just similarly just after the southern blotting. What was the separation method that we saw? In case of southern and northern, they both were agarose gel electrophoresis. But in case of protein western blot, it was STS page, right? For protein, we use STS page. Now, before we go ahead, here's an important information for those who are planning to appear for CSIR NET exam in June 2021. This is the right time for you to get started with the preparation. Unacademy is starting with a new batch for preparation of CSIR NET that is going to cover the complete syllabus. It is starting from 1st January 2021. So when you click on the link that is given in the description box, it will take you to the page where you will see the timetable of the batches that are going to start. There are also some batches that have already started. So don't wait and get started with your preparation. In order to access any of the free classes that are available, you can use my code NO10. And also if you're planning to make a purchase and get a subscription for you, you will get 10% off with my code NO10. So don't forget to use that and don't wait and get started with the preparation because this is the right time for you. With that, all the very best to you. Now, treatment. Do you remember that all of three samples were some way treated because of certain specific characteristics? For example, when it was DNA, southern blotting, because DNA is a double stranded, we need to break the hydrogen bond and have it in a linear phase so that we can separate it and then later on can use it for hybridization for detection. We needed to break down the hydrogen bond between two bands, right? So that time we used mild alkali treatment, that was NaOH. I would recommend at this point, if you have not seen the previous three video, if you are completely new to all these three techniques, I would suggest just have a look so that this video becomes easy for you to understand. This would be easy if you have seen the previous three video. This is just overview, right? That's why I'm not going in much in detail. That way it will become easier. Okay. In case of northern blotting, again, we were talking about the RNA, right? And we saw that RNA can self bind and can have a secondary structure, would have a secondary structure. Again, this will be difficult to run it on a gel and go for detection. So what we did, we have to use something that can keep it in a linear form. So we ran agarose gel electrophoresis with a twist of formaldehyde, right? So it was formaldehyde agarose gel electrophoresis. That's what we ran. So formaldehyde will make sure that your RNA is maintained in a linear form. So your formaldehyde will make sure that RNA is maintained in the linear form. And in case of Western blotting for the protein, we know we are using SDS, right? That is going to go and give a charge, net negative charge to your proteins. Okay, so now once we separated, we blotted it, right? What was the blotting method we used for each? We used for southern and northern, if you remember, we used capillary action method. For northern blotting also it was capillary method, where you remember we had made those stack of gel membrane blotting paper and down to up the transfer buffer would go with the help of capillary action, taking the bands along with it from gel to membrane. And in case of SDS page, we use electro illusion, right? We had used the electric current to transfer the band from gel onto the membrane, right? Here there was a sandwich and we put it in a system where we can apply the electric current, and the bands were shifted from gel to membrane. And what kind of membranes did we use in case of DNA and RNA, because they are nucleic acid? You can use a nylon and as well as the nitrocellulose membrane, but the preferred one is nylon because of the better binding with the nucleic acid, right? It can have very good affinity with the negative charge, so it binds with nucleic acid very well. So we preferably use nylon membrane in case of southern and northern blotting in case of nucleic acid. In case of western blotting, it was either nitrocellulose paper or PVFD. In case of probes, once we transferred it onto the membrane, the detection method, we use probes, right? What all kind of probes did we use? In case of southern blotting, we had the DNA to be detected. So the simple thing was to use a single stranded complementary DNA to it, right? Now this again would be some kind of labeled DNA molecule, right? A labeled probe. So we used a labeled DNA that was single stranded DNA complementary to the DNA that we were looking for, the gene that we were looking for specifically to talk about. And in case of northern blotting, we had the RNA. So we could use single stranded complementary RNA, or we could use the complementary DNA that is complementary to this particular sequence. Again, that is going to be labeled. So single stranded RNA or single stranded complementary DNA is what we can use. In case of western blotting, we are detecting the protein, right? So what we saw was we can use primary antibody and secondary antibody, which is going to be labeled. And we also saw that in case of western blotting, we are not labeling, not using direct primary antibody labeled. We are not using the direct method, we are using indirect method. Why and all we have talked about it, but for now you remember, we use primary antibody followed by labeled secondary antibody. Now, in case of hybridization, as I said, if you're using in case of southern blotting, it is DNA hybridizing with the single stranded complementary DNA. So you have DNA binding with the DNA. And here it is either complementary DNA with RNA, or you're using single stranded complementary RNA with RNA. And here it is your protein plus primary antibody plus secondary labeled antibody. And once you know what kind of a probe you use, the detection is also easy. We either can use autoradiography, chemiluminescence, or any kind of color reaction. So colorimetry, any kind of color reaction, color change or color reaction. Okay. The same we can use for RNA, northern blotting, autoradiography, chemiluminescence, and colorimetry based on the kind of probe we use. And in case of western blotting, because we are using the labeled secondary antibody, again, the best way would be, let's say for example, enzyme is used, you're going to check the color product reaction. So it is going to be chemiluminescence. So you're going to see the color change over here, or rather it is going to be color production, the color reaction. You will be able to see the color formation. So colorimetric analysis. So that's all about the brief overview of all three blotting technique. I would advise you to just make a note of this thing, a short note along with all the blotting techniques. So at the end, when you are doing the fast revision, this is what will be enough for you to go through and revise in very short amount of time. So that's all for now. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any doubts or any requests for further topics, do let me in the comments below or reach out to me on Instagram and DM me. So that's all for now. I'll see you next time. Until then, keep learning.